what's your status? Are you going to try for a retrial in a different location or the different judge? Are you going to try to appeal this? Just walk people through the process.
Well, we're going to try to appeal it. I mean, another interesting thing is this case should have been brought in Georgia. It was brought in D.C. to get it before the most anti-Trump set of jurors and judges in the world.
Rudy Giuliani has run his mouth to the point where he's run his finances into the ground. America's former mayor has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and his debts and how this filing impacts the recent 9-figure judgment against him are truly something. Welcome into TYT Overruled. I am your host, Adrienne Lawrence.
I mean, there is a real question here, which I don't think any of us know the answer to, as to how much money Giuliani actually has, what he'll be able to pay for.
As you may have guessed it appears Giuliani has little money. Less than 1 week after being ordered to pay $148 million for defaming Georgia election workers Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss, Rudy Giuliani filed for bankruptcy. Just yesterday, Judge Beryl Howell refused to allow Giuliani to stay that sizable judgment while he appealed. She wrote in her order, Giuliani's failure to satisfy even more modest monetary awards entered earlier in this case provides good cause to believe that he will seek to dissipate or conceal his assets. Said another way, Giuliani does not get to enjoy the standard 30-day stay of payment of a judgment that is granted to most defendants. Giuliani did make clear that a big judgment in that defamation case would clear him out.
So be it. He should be financially ruined, because I was taken aback, even knowing who Rudy Giuliani is and how he has behaved in recent years on the courthouse steps at the end of the court session yesterday. He defamed them again. He said that, oh, no, it is true that they were involved in changing votes. His word. This is like somebody who is on trial for robbery, committing a robbery on his way into his trial. I mean, it is insane. And his lawyer may have said he's 80 and I can't control everything he does. But you know what? Rudy Giuliani can control what he does. He chooses not to. He doubles down on his racism and his defamation and putting these women's lives in jeopardy.
The court was right to fear that the former attorney would start moving and hiding assets to avoid paying what he owes. And it turns out that he owes a lot of people beyond just Miss Freeman and Miss Moss. Giuliani's Chapter 11 filing revealed that the former Trump attorney has debts as high as $500 million and assets between $1 and $10 million.
He listed $1 million that he says he owes the IRS, and then another $150 million in other debt, which presumably most of which reflects this judgment. So, look, we knew that they were never going to get all of that money, right? But what this does is it starts a process where the creditors have to line up now and try to get what they can.
What did Giuliani have to say about the filing? He released this statement through Ted Goodman, his advisor and spokesperson. The filing should be a surprise to no one. No person could have reasonably believed that Mayor Rudy Giuliani would be able to pay such a high punitive amount. Chapter 11 will afford Mayor Giuliani the opportunity and time to pursue an appeal, while providing transparency for his finances under the supervision of the bankruptcy court, to ensure all creditors are treated equally and fairly throughout the process. One thing I can tell you is that this bankruptcy filing doesn't necessarily impact the $148 million judgment against Giuliani, because like student loans, judgments based on willful and malicious conduct are not dischargeable in bankruptcy. That means Giuliani still owes Freeman and Moss those millions of dollars, regardless of whether he's bankrupt or not.
Even if he goes into bankruptcy, this kind of judgment is not wiped out by bankruptcy. So they're entitled to continue looking and to take depositions and discovery.
That being said, these women will likely still have a tough time getting any money out of the 79-year-old Giuliani. Creditors established before Freeman and Moss will have their go at what assets he does have before they can get to those minuscule coins. Also, as he's been stripped of his law license, Giuliani has no real prospects for future employment. Still, if he does come into money someday, the women can hopefully cash in. In the meantime, it appears that Giuliani will simply just keep running his mouth, lying on their names. You let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit those like and follow buttons, and thanks for watching.
Your allegations, your initial allegations, you still believe them to be true?
Yeah, well, of course they'll sue me again for it when I say that, but yeah, I do. But they want me to lie.